Hi, and welcome back. I know this is kind of dark out here where I'm at, but I'm fixing to heat treat a knife. So I want to get it kind of dark out here so I can check the color as well as the magnet. I just want it to just leave. Well, today is going to be hardening and check it on this Sanmai. This will be part 3. I didn't get all the little occlusions out, the little gaps and spaces and the little lines and everything. And what I'm hoping that will happen, when I heat treat, it will turn them up a little bit and move them where I can get rid of them that way. That bandsaw blade is in that area is really hard to hand sand. I spent, I don't know, a good hour and a half on it last night getting it ready for today, and I've left the marks on it, the hammer marks and everything. So anyway, let me get the forge lit up here and we'll get to it. I'll move it hopefully somewhere where you can see what I'm doing, and I'll try to lit up and I'll come right back. Okay, as you can hear, I'm standing close here so you can hear me over the forge right there. I apologize for my big head. Make sure that I'm good. There we go. But inside this, inside my forge, I've got that piece of 2x3 by 3/16 square tubing or rectangular tubing, metal tube, so I can do so I can heat treat the knife without the flame getting on it. Now, does that help? I don't know, but they seem to be holding good and true with that. When you're heating them up all at one time, you're doing a convection heat right straight through it. That way, instead of just putting it straight down on top of it, you're getting it from all sides, the bottom, the top, everything. So, and I got a brick in there, so, and it's blowing a good blue flame in there. So I must have hit my mix just right this morning, or this afternoon. I've been doing other things this morning. Time gets away from me. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Well, let me fish this out of here. I'll go set back up in the shop then. Okay, I'm back in from outside. I hadn't touched the knife. I mean, it's still, I fished it out. I'm still in with the tongs. The only tongs that I actually have made, and they look like poo, but they work. So I've not done anything. It looks like it survived straight. There's a little dido in it, but it's where the top hammer marks are. It's got a little like that right in the top, but the blade, looking down the blade, looks good and centered and everything. And oh wow, that was a good catch. So let's see how hot it is. Can I hold it? Looks like I can hold the tang. Of course, it's the thinnest. Ooh, a little warm up there toward the blade. Okay. Well, I could definitely see the different layers of metal, and they feel a little different. It's still sharp. I mean, it's still hot right in there. I really don't want to put it in water right now. I mean, it wouldn't hurt nothing, but okay. Got a little inclusion up here on the top. A little D-lam right here. Probably what the heat was telling me. So, like I said, you gotta be able to adapt. So I'm gonna see what this one does, and if it don't go in there too far, I'll just grind the top of it off a little bit more, and maybe put some jimping on it. Who knows? Or I might be able to just take and put a cleft on top of it and get rid of it that way. That's an idea. Put this cleft in there on top. Like I said, you got to be able to design, especially if somebody's not just ordered a knife. If you're just building one to set your skills and practice your skills, like I desperately need to on the anvil, then there we go. Rough piece of 1095. It's been folded over, cold shutted, and the heat made it curl a little bit. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna set up. I'm gonna do a little hand sanding on this right now, and see if I can't get it. Take it up to the grits, at least to about probably a 150 or something like that, and I'll come back and show it to you when I get it done to that part. Well, I always say, stay flexible. Don't panic. Keep your head. Keep calm. There, your blood pressure is going to go through the roof. Have you ever had one of those days where things is going just absolute purpose, and suddenly out jumps a gorilla and leaves you with a massive pile of poop right in front of you? No way around it except through it. Well, the giant gorilla come and went and left me the aftermath to clean up. Right there. The tang broke. The tang broke. And I didn't see any little things in there at all. I must have just put too much pressure under it. They had a stress point right there. So I'm going to grind an inch out of it and make this 1 3/8, 1.5 long. That's plenty enough to hold it into a small knife. I'll have to take a torch and heat this while this is in water so that I can soften this so I can drill a hole in it. And you can tell I'm having a crappy day right now. getting all hand sandy on this thing, getting it up there where it's looking nice and everything else like that. There's a little bit right in there that I was getting out and everything, so just a little bit right in there. Now I guess I'll get to get it good, because most of it be gone with the, no, I'm gonna make this from a 4 3/8 down to a 3 3/8 blade, and I'll just look at it. It's hard, and if I have to, I'll take the top down to make it ease down a little bit. I hate to do that because the wrought iron's up on top, but I'll check the edge and see how much of it I can take up to there and grind it, because if I take the edge down, I have to redo the geometry of it, go through all that. If I take the back down, I'll get rid of some of the hammer marks, but I'll get rid of this inclusion up here on top, I think. So anyway, let me try to fix this mess this morning. Like I said, you got to be able to adapt. This is a practice knife. Had it been for a client, you know, I'd be heading back out to the forge, where I'd be out loading gas tanks up and taking them to get some gas in there, not waiting until Friday. But this is for me, so anyway. Excuse me. Lordy. So I'm gonna get on this. I'll bring you back when I get this pile of gorilla poo shoveled out somewhere. Alright. Okay. This is gonna be part 3 of the sand my knife, or blade, forging, and learning experience, teaching experience, because I got taught a lot. And well, even if the tang hadn't snapped off, I couldn't have got out the D-lambs and all the other stuff right there. Now I took this to a 220 grip, just a rough 220. I could have went on up, you know, with a 400 and finished smoking it out, but this is never going to be a knife. I mean, there's just too many inclusions and everything, and it's in its hardened state. Even with me trying to put a cleft on the back of it, you know, a little tapered edge right there on the back and everything. The inclusion, or the unwelded parts of the steel to steel. So I will redo this at a different time when I get some more propane. I know I had enough to heat treat it. So, and this was never going to go in an ice bath. I never do one knife in an ice bath unless it's a good knife that the customer is really wanting, you know, and willing to pay for the time, you know, to do that on a big knife. Or you know, I don't do engravings or anything else like that. One of these days maybe, but not right now. So anyway, like I said, you got to get out of your comfort zone. So I'm going to take this over and I'm going to wind the handle up, and hopefully I can get it to hang on. Then I'm going to drop it down to ferric chloride. Let it set for about 10 minutes. See what happens. I'll bring you back after I get it out. Okay, I got this knife out of the etch. The Sanmai is a sand fail. It's a pretty blade, but there's too many inclusions and everything right there. And everything, I couldn't get nothing out of it. So it's hard, as testament to the tang breaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang it up here on the wall and drive it in and look at it and strive to be better next time. So anyway, thank you, Kenny, for Metal Band Productions, for giving me the idea and the drive to go ahead and try this myself. So it is a knife fail. It's a plus on life lessons, and hopefully on lessons learned for the next time. So till next time, This is Bobby Shields from Dog Bone Knives saying, God bless.